And now...
It's your world.
Scooter, I can't believe it. You actually caught Moni and Yvette kissing?
Yeah, lip locking, tongues twisting in the mouth, Ken.
That's messed up.
Tell me about it.
Well, maybe you guys can...
We can't do anything, Ken. I haven't been home since it happened. I don't want to see her. I don't want to talk to her. Yvette isn't the woman I thought she was. She played me.
Is this better, Yvette?
Oh, yes.
Oh, girl, you feel so good in my arms.
Kiss me again, Moni.
What the hell is going on?
Scooter!
Now, wait a minute. It's not what it looks like,
It
player.
looks like you had your lips upon my wife's lips.
No. See,
Forget all that. I don't have anything to say to you, Moni.
But Scooter, we were just...
You weren't just doing anything.
But it wasn't like...
I saw you in Moni's arms kissing.
It was only because...
I don't care why, Yvette. You ain't no wife of mine.
Scooter, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing, Yvette? I'm packing.
Can we talk about this?
Talk about what? Talk about why I found my bride kissing another man?
Scooter, I was wrong and I'm sorry. We had been fighting nonstop and Moni was a shoulder for me to lean on.
Your mouth wasn't on his shoulder, Yvette. Your tongue was down his throat.
There's no excuse for it. But what's happened to us? A few months ago, we were so in love, and now all we do is fight and...
Hell, all couples fight, Yvette, but not everybody throws themselves into someone else's arms. I can't deal with it, I'm out.
Scooter, please. Let's try counseling.
All right, then, cool. Tell the counselor I said what up. I'm not dealing with this. I'm moving out and I'm getting a divorce. Peace.
Well, where's Iyanla Vanzant when you need her? Will Scooter make good on his promise to leave after his wife is twisting tongues with Moni?
Those stingers come faster than I remember.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Threw me off.
I don't remember the singers being quite so fast.
Yeah.
You'd be able to stretch it out a little bit and have a little fun with it.
Yeah, Scooter Wells.
Scooter Wells.
Affion Crockett.
Yes, sir.
This was his big break in show business. And now look at him now.
Man.
Look at him now.
What a guy.
25 years of memories of It's Your World.
And he is a big part of it.
Oh, yeah. Tom Joyner, the maestro. Without Tom Joyner, there would have been no It's Your World because he wanted to have a segment that he knew would be a hit for the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Now, he knew the value of a good soap because he had a soap segment on his show in Dallas, and I did a live update of All My Children as the character Tyrone. Thanks again, Cap. It's Your World had lots of male characters on the show, which may have been because all three of the other writers were women. That's also why it was so good. It kind of just let me be in, they just let me in there, hang around. Now, Dr. Will Hackett was a fan favorite, also known as Smack It Hackett. At this point, he had been dating Ed Regal's ex-wife, Sarah Regal.
Will Hackett working out on a treadmill like a happy little beaver? I mean, what's going on? I never saw anybody this happy during a workout.
Sarah, I'm on top of the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. Would you care to elaborate?
I'm getting in shape for the big day.
The big day? Is there a marathon coming up?
No, Sarah. I'm getting married. Yes, Pam and I haven't set the date yet, but it's going to be soon. No.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations to you both.
You know, Pam is a wonderful lady. I've never met anyone like her yet, you know?
Which is probably why you never married before.
Nope. Never even been close. Ha, ha, ha.
I guess everyone in your life up to now has been just a meaningless pleasure guest. Just use them and lose them, right? Ship them out like last night's trash. Well, I am just so very happy you and the soon-to-be Mrs. Will Hackett, excuse me, I meant Mrs. Dr. Will Hackett.
Is something wrong, Sarah? I wasn't listening.
Dr. Will Smack It Hackett. Now we'll check out what came out of that exercise.
It's your
Will Hackett working that treadmill like a happy little beaver. What's going on? I never saw anybody this happy during a workout.
Oh, Sarah, I am on top of the world.
Wonderful. Would you care to elaborate?
Well, I'm getting in shape for the big day.
The big day? Is there a marathon coming up?
No, Sarah, I'm getting married. Pam and I haven't set the date yet, but it's gonna be soon.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations to you both.
Oh, Pam is a wonderful lady. I never met anyone like her.
Which is probably why you never married before now.
Nope, never even been close.
Well, I guess everyone in your life up till now has just been one meaningless pleasure quest after another. Just use them and lose them, right? Ship them out like last night's trash. Well, I am so very happy for you and the soon-to-be Mrs. Will Hackett. Excuse me, I mean Mrs. Dr. Will Hackett.
Is something wrong, Sarah? I wasn't listening.
Just a reminder for everybody to get out and vote on January the 5th. It's a crucial election, just like we had in the past November. So let your voice be heard. This is the family reunion of It's Your World. Get out and vote.
That's right. Thank you so much. And now, another fan favorite with women and men alike is the bad boy gangster Redbone.
I can't believe that punk Sterling Regal had the nerve to get up in my face and tell me my woman belongs to him. I know Nikki's playing him, but is she playing him for us or for herself? Sterling better be glad I haven't been out of the joint for long, or he'd be just another name on a tombstone. I hope this drive makes me feel better, 'cause right now I could go smooth off. Oh, there's a stop sign.
Get out of the car, punk! Hurry up, move!
What's going on, man?
What you think, Vic? Give up them keys! And break yourself! We want it all now! You heard me! I said give me the car keys and the wallet, punk! That's right, before you get hurt!
Okay. I'm just reaching into my pocket for my wallet.
That's more like it!
Sorry about that, but you picked the wrong day to mess with me. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
All right, that's Redbone for you. Now, where's Kiana?
That's my daddy. Nobody mess with my daddy. Right?
No, you did.
Well, Maurice,
Oh.
Maurice, Chokae Kalekoa. So, yeah, man. How did you like playing that character?
Oh man, that was so much fun. Anything that I had done prior was never a bad guy. So it's always fun to play a bad guy. I definitely had to have a lot of ginger tea to try to get my voice down, because I don't really have a full voice.
Yeah.
Not like some of us.
Well,
Right.
Maurice, what about
Yeah.
a family member who was so in love with Redbone?
What was that?
You had a family member that was in love with Redbone and overdue.
Oh man, I almost forgot about that. No, that was actually pretty funny. I was visiting some family, and we were just chatting about things and what are you doing and what are you doing type of thing. And one of my cousins actually said, "Wait a minute, you on what show?" And I told her I was on It's Your World. She would go, "Oh hell no!" I said, "What up?" She goes, "I'm in love with Redbone." So finding out it was her cousin kind of threw a monkey wrench in that fantasy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's all right, because the men of It's Your World had a lot of fans, just as did the women. Now, one of my favorites, well, they're all my favorite. I can't even pick no favorite, to tell you the truth. I just enjoy going to the studio every Wednesday and knocking out 6 episodes. Now, another thing, like with the big rivalry between Sterling Regal and Redbone. And at this point, they were operating competing radio stations. And they were also competing for the affections of the fabulous Nikki.
My mama.
Yeah.
That's right. We forgot all the twists. Valerie knows all the twists and turns.
Right.
I know.
Hi, baby.
Got all that shit. I don't know who.
Hi,
Hey,
baby.
mama.
How you doing, baby?
I'm good.
Put the money on your books, baby. Mama put the money on your books.
No book.
On your book, put money on your books.
Go to jail. We didn't write her into jail. We're gonna give you a little background peek on us putting another one of these shows together. So let's have the two macho guys chop it up right now.
That was Marvin Gaye's My Last Chance, also called I Love You Secretly. It's from the Marvin Gaye collection released by Motown after Marvin's death. They sure be trying not to pay a brother, don't they? Oh, shit. That was normal, though.
Well, see, that's what we used to do.
They sure be trying not to pay a brother, don't they? Now we have a special treat for all you listeners. I've been getting tons of facts, and all y'all been ringing my phone off the hook asking about Chocolate Child. I'm sure you figured out by now that the child is someone very special in my life. So without further ado, Chocolate Child, say hello to the people.
Hello, Wellington. I hope you're ready for a thrill, because Redbone and I are going to put it right where you gotta have it.
Don't hurt him, Cece. Don't hurt him.
I'll be damned. Nicky's on the air with Redbone.
Oh man.
He's on the Nicky's on the air with who?
Redbone.
Oh man.
Good.
How long?
All right.
How long did we do that show?
Trivia. Here's a little trivia. So, it's your world trivia.
Yeah.
Maurice, Papa Witch, and I first met on It's a Different World. We were recurring characters on season 2, and you can see both of us in the episode where Rosalind Cash starred the episode. And it was the episode when the students took over the student union in protest.
Wow.
And Rosalind Cash
That's
was in there.
right.
Look closer, you'll see both of us. This was prior to us rejoining and being a part of It's Your World. So that's a little trivia.
Wow.
Damn.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one, LaRita. That's a
We're
good
both
one.
looking
You know
very
what?
different.
Rosalind Cash, another side note trivia, is the reason I have dreads.
Wow.
I talked to her about it because I was all clean cut for years and years and years. And she's the one who told me back in those days, she said, well, if you're going to do it, just know that it ain't going to be easy. And that you're going to get the most criticism from your own people. Ain't that messed up? And she was absolutely right. Now it ain't even a big deal, but even though that wasn't that long ago, Rosalind Cash is the reason I just said, yeah, what the heck? I'm just going to let my hair do what it does.
Good for you.
Remember, the people united will never
be divided. The naps never divided. The nappy hen united will never
Yep.
be divided. Yeah.
Naps United.
But
All right.
I have a bit of what do you call detritus? I have some. It's a small bit. I have a couple of facts that people don't. Just to put this out here, I wasn't the original Sterling.
Nope.
That's right. That stopped everybody.
I remember.
I remember. Who was Sterling?
I was not the original Sterling. Sterling was, I think it was, and I'm gonna say this as nice as I can. I think it was, what's the name's boyfriend?
Jedda.
It was Jedda's boyfriend.
It's one of Jedda's men's.
What's the name? What's the name? Boyfriend.
What's the name's boyfriend? Ain't that delicate? It was what's the name's boyfriend.
What's the name's boyfriend? Oh, him.
It was Jedda. It was one of her men's, and I'll tease her about it every chance I get. And he's supposed to be evil. And Ed Regal, my brother. So I said, wait a minute. Now, you're very good. I appreciate it. We'll find something else for you. But let me find a real maniac. We got a zoo. We got a real maniac for you. He throws bombs off the roof of pubs. And
hey, you're not supposed to bring that up. You are not supposed to bring that up. We can talk about that, but that was a different moment. The club's closed, by the way. I heard he.
Are you talking about Brandon or Sterling?
Brandon, it sounds like that.
No, Brad is bringing my real life into
that sounds
this shit.
real.
What he tends to do.
if I say something you're not comfortable with, don't admit to it.
He happened to be around me on the day I was having a hard day. I was having a bad day. That's what.
You're hired.
No. Okay, let me tell you, because Brad came in. This is how Brad hired me. Brad hired me. He walked into I was trying to get this club together. It ended up being a comedy union. But at the time, I was trying to run it. And Jay, who I had partnered with, had bounced on me. So I'm in there trying to get this club together. And one night we're working. And Brad is down there. He did a set. And we're outside. And this guy, he's drinking this liquor. I guess it was like some malt liquor or whatever. And now, mind you, I had painted the club. I had put in a bar. I was running out of money. So it was really stressful. And he finished his 40 ounce and he threw it on the roof of my club right in front of me and Brad.
Oh, wow.
And I grabbed that mother. I grabbed that him about 10 feet. Brad said, Brandon, hold up, man. Now, hold up now. God don't want you to beat nobody up in the middle. God don't want that from you.
I said, you can't be grabbing the bums.
That's what you said. That's actually what you said. That's what you said. He threw the cigarette shot.
You can't be grabbing.
The guy's a
bums.
bum. He's drinking malt liquor. How much more trouble does he need?
That was funny. It's funny now. It wasn't funny then. It wasn't funny then at all. That's real.
Man, go and do this scene. I want to see y'all do this scene.
All right.
It's been a pleasure serving you, chocolate child.
And as usual, it's been a pleasure being served, Redbone.
And for all you listeners out there in Radio Land, you've been listening to Redbone.
And Chocolate Child.
Saying that the night time is always the right time for
Stepping my foot dead off in your...
Sterling.
Sterling, what are you doing here? We're on the air.
Good. Then your listeners can hear me kicking your...
Oh, it's on. Step out this door into the parking lot.
With pleasure.
I am going to kill you, Sterling. I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to kill you too. I think that was my line.
All right, we both can do it. Let's make it a threesome battle.
I'm going to kill you.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Put your shoes back on.
We got. Oh, you see who got lines? You know, we could. Let's play the episode so you can see how nasty they was.
Mr. Regal, here are those sales figures you asked for. You'll notice that we took a dip in revenue during the end of June after Redbone went on the air. Losing Nikki so soon after that didn't help us either, sir.
Just leave the information on my desk and stop groping for excuses to justify your sales staff's lack of effort. Now get out.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I don't need that clod to tell me our sales took a hit since Nikki left. Maybe I was too hasty. Might as well turn on the radio and listen to what the competition is doing.
It's the Tyrone Poker Party!
Ye gods! They'll let anybody get a radio license. Cuss-a-rama.
That was Marvin Gaye's Last Chance, also called I Love You Secretly. It's from the Marvin Gaye collection, released by Motown after Marvin's death. They sure be trying not to pay a brother, don't they? We have a very special treat for all you listeners. I've been getting tons of faxes, and you've been ringing my phone off the hook asking me about Chocolate Child. I'm sure you figured out by now that the child is someone very special in my life. So with no further ado, Chocolate Child, say hello to the people.
Well, hello, Wellington. I hope you're ready for a thrill because Redbone and I are gonna put it right where you gotta have it.
Don't hurt him, CC, don't hurt him.
I'll be damned. Nikki's on the air with Redbone!
It's been a pleasure serving you, Chocolate Child.
And as usual, it's been a pleasure being served, Redbone.
And for all you listeners out there in Radio Land, you've been listening to Redbone
And Chocolate Child.
saying that the nighttime is always the right time for
stepping my foot dead off in your...
Sterling.
Sterling, what are you doing here? We're on the air.
Oh, good. Then your listeners can hear me kicking your...
Oh, it's on. Step out this door.
With pleasure.
I'm gonna kill you, Sterling.
How? When you're already a dead man.
Hey, break it off!
Security! Security! No! Let them fight it out. They've been at it for a long time. Let them get it out of their system.
It's your
Why don't you quit, Sterling? Admit that I beat you on the radio and in the parking lot.
Apparently, you haven't seen your face, Redbone. It looks like it's been through a meat grinder. Again.
I can't believe the two of you are still at it. You've been fighting all weekend. Why don't you just call it a draw?
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving as long as he's still standing.
Then we'll both die right here, punk.
Your mama's a punk.
All right. I heard this fight start on the Earl, and it's gonna end right now.
Pookie, this is none of your concern.
You need to leave before you get hurt.
Me get hurt? Excuse me, Redbone, but ain't you the one looking down the nose of a double-barreled shotgun? Pookie, put that down, Nikki. I've been itching to scratch your eyes out anyway. Now you can play if you want to, but I'll shoot Redbone. And if you're in the way, I'll shoot the shot out of you too. Now, everybody should go on home and have a nice day. Get to stepping.
LaRita Shelby. Now, what is it like playing two characters fighting with each other, arguing with each other, playing both voices? LaRita Shelby was the voice of Pookie and Nikki too. So yeah, what was that like? And I want you to, how you get that? Where did you get that Pookie accent from?
Okay, well, you know, the story that, ooh, that's a good, it's time for plugism. Okay, that little book right over my shoulder. I wrote it in my book on my father's side. I was born in Nashville, grew up in Washington, D.C., and then moved back to Memphis, Tennessee when I was in the 9th grade. First day of school, Bellevue Junior High. This little boy sat down at my table. He was like, "What about you say?" And I was like, "Beg your pardon?" He said, "What about you say?" And so I, you know, grew up in D.C. with the woke folks, you know, and I talked the way I talked because I had a bunch of school teachers in my family. You had to speak properly. So then we got into, when it was time for roll call, first day of school, from the girl from D.C. in Memphis, Tennessee, the teacher called the roll, and the kids were like, "Her, I'm here," and then remember, you know, her, and I was like, "What is that?" So that's where I got the accent. Thank you, Bellevue Junior High School, Memphis, Tennessee. But when you guys wrote the episode, it was Sterling Regal's wedding, and you all needed the country cousins to come to, you know, I will never forget the episode. The country cousins were coming to the wedding, and you guys had written a character for Pookie, and I said, I'll try it, and I did it just on a fluke, and had no idea how popular Pookie would be. Pookie knew what he was talking about. Hi, Pookie knew.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Now,
It was.
you sound like you're so modest when you talk about that character. You sound like one of those women that come in and my throat. It's a little sore, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Yeah, blow the roof off the joint, right?
Yeah.
That's how you do Pookie. You blow the roof off. It is such a fun character.
Licia, me and Licia's story with Tom Joyner, you know, goes all the way back to the Countdown show. I was already doing multiple characters on the radio as part of the morning drive team for a local radio station, many characters. And so we would go and recycle the bits down for the Tom Joyner Countdown show.
I remember hearing those, yep.
So it was a blessing to go from that experience into It's Your World and the morning show for 15 years. So thank you, Myra and Jedda and Mary.
Everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, I called Mary and Jedda, but they, I guess they didn't get the message in time. I don't know, but just say a word for Mary. Her husband's been sick, and we just wish him well, as we do all the other people who've had health challenges during this crazy time. So yeah. Glad to see y'all, really. When I say that, I mean that.
Yeah.
Real.
Now, and that's why we can't forget to talk about how important this upcoming election is. January 5th is your last chance. Get there and vote. And I mean, tell the young people, tell the young people the importance of voting. They may not hear you the first time, but you keep telling them. Because if you don't vote and you don't get people in that you can at least, what's the word I'm looking for, work with and cooperate with, you don't have a chance. That's where this whole thing of systemic racism continues to live. And I think systemic is, too soft a word. It's systematic. But now, if you want to change the system, you got to get in there and be in the game. So vote January 5th, 2021. We can win this. Myra, you want to say something?
Yes. Being here in Georgia, it's a lot of pressure here in Georgia right now, and it's so important. And when we are being inundated with ads, Republican side and Democratic side, but just the outright lies that are being told in the Republican ads, it is just so important. These people are so desperate to maintain 2 seats that everyone has to get up and vote. And even though Georgia went blue and certain people are still just totally, they mad, they laid out, can't believe it. There are still those who did not vote. We still have a lot of non-voters out there who can come. We have to make sure, because trust me, we can't win this by a little bit. We can't drag it out.
Oh, believe that.
This has to be a dog stomping. This has to straight out be one of those things where, yes, it's blue. We want everybody. Please come out and vote. Please, it's very important. And somebody finally quieted that chicken or whatever that was crowing in the background.
That was the Gap Band. The Gap Band.
That had to be me.
Gap Band is getting ready to play.
We got Johnny Wilson to sing already.
They're rehearsing. They're rehearsing.
I'm in the jungle.
And I want to take this moment to thank all the people around the country, because the entire country is watching what goes on in Georgia, because this vote affects the entire country and the world as a result. So just like Myra J said, get out and vote. No, you can't win by 2 or 3 and they go, oh, well, Trump's still trying to file cases. This other fool lawyer he's got now. It's just insane. Don't get me started. But the reason we're doing this is a means to come together and urge each and every citizen to vote, especially our people. I ain't playing.
Yeah, a lot of folks who've never voted before, who may not have really understood, are starting to a bit get the message. But we're down to the wire. We're down to the wire, and this could turn the tide in ways people really don't understand. And it's okay if they don't understand. If they're eligible to vote, then understand what you can and still hit that vote, because the changes are huge. We can't show up to this chess game with Monopoly pieces.
Come on.
All right.
We got to get in the game to work the game. And as much as we want to bring other stuff to it, if it ain't part of the game, it ain't going to work. Part of the game are these 2 seats. We need these 2 pieces on the chessboard.
We have to have it. Otherwise, it would be a replay of 2008 and 2012. Just like what Obama had to go through.
From 2010 on.
Yeah.
And the Republicans just did nothing but blocking. And we have really one of the most two corrupt senators in the history of the Senate outright. And these brothers and sisters, one of the things that Georgia really has been dealt with is this remarkable heroic effort by Sister Abrams, is just to do what she did. Because remember, the governor, the now governor, who I think he was lieutenant governor at the time, threw out like 50-some thousand votes.
He was the Secretary of State.
Secretary of State
of the election and running for office in the election in which he had control over. That's how scandalous they are.
And he threw out just a couple more thousand votes
Yeah.
that she lost by.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally, they've been trying to, they've been taking away polling places. The brothers and sisters out in Georgia have been, it's a heroic effort. The early voting is great, but you're right. Still, you got to stay in line, be safe, make sure that you give people distance. They should be out there handing out masks. Make sure you wear your gloves, do everything you can, get old folks stools, do everything you can to make sure that day is a safe, strong voting day, because we need them afterwards as well. You get in the streets to get who you want. You stay in the streets to get what you want. So you can't, it ain't over just because if they win. I mean, it'll be a hell of a day, but we still got to keep it moving. You guys make sure
that's when the work starts. Is when we get those seats and can really come into the house and then get to the table. We need leverage to be able to negotiate with. People don't do what they should do. People do what they have to do. We have to be in position to make them have to.
Yeah. I want to say something. In one of my other books several years ago, I wrote a piece called People Died So That I Could Vote. When I was born, it was illegal for my daddy to vote in the state of his birth, which is Mississippi. And I want to speak to the people who feel like it doesn't matter. They don't see the system working in their favor, or they may be disenfranchised because of what they've seen over the past 4 years. So I still want to say that you do matter, and understand that people died for you to even have the right and to have the option. So don't sit this one out. It only takes 1 or 2 votes that can completely sway the system on the right side of democracy. So push past your fear, push past your pain, push past your own feelings of lack of self-worth. You see that people are dying. Well, it's going to be worse if you don't vote. We are here as a reunion of It's Your World, but please know that while we were making people laugh and we were entertaining people across the country, the Tom Joyner Morning Show was also about advocacy. Mobilizing millions of people for positive political change. So thank you for this opportunity. Your ancestors who came before you, they died for you to stand up. So let's all get out that vote and encourage others in any way that you can.
Thank you so much for that, LaRita. And let me just say how proud I am of the citizens of Georgia. I've worked the Obama campaign from here. I worked Stacey Abrams' campaign, and this campaign, people are out. We've had people come here from other cities, not to try to vote, but to get out and knock on doors and cameras. Lady came in here from Detroit. And I talked to people as we were canvassing, as I was canvassing, and man told me, "Oh, we're voting in this house." I had to stand in a segregated line. I'm voting. And my family is going to vote. We will all vote here. They ain't playing no games. So don't let them tell you that black folks don't vote. That's a lie from the pit of hell. They out here voting. I've talked to them. I've canvassed, and they are serious about it. It's the thievery we got to stop.
And if they had a problem understanding that Black lives matter, show them Black votes matter. Okay?
Yes,
Black lives matter. Okay, Black votes matter.
And a shout out to the women. First of all, the young people have been doing their thing, but a shout out to the women in Georgia who have been doing their thing. Yes, they did it for the presidential race back in November. Stacey Abrams and everybody. My sister-in-law and our family there in Marietta, they've gotten out with the signs reminding everybody to get out and vote. And we can't stop now. Get out there, do the voting. You got to do your voting, women. And women, we're the backbone of society. So our women, we will get our men and the young people out to vote as well. So get out there and vote.
That's right.
Election day, kicks off in less than 72 hours?
Wow.
A lot of work to be done. It's a lot of work to be done. It's critical that the Georgia Democrats get out when they get to the key precincts when the polls open.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's do it.
Women being the backbone.
Yeah.
Like Shaka Khan said, I'm a backbone. Black women are the best.
Just to give us give us a little data context about what's going on the ground in the race. In in the general election in Georgia, the electorate was 27% African American. So far, with 3 million votes cast in the for this special election so far, it looks like it's up to 31% African American vote.
Wow.
Of this point for the early vote. And that's on the general election had 3.9 million votes cast total in Georgia. And so they're looking at, I think it was like of that 3.9, 1.6, either 1.2 or 1.6 came on election day. So it's very well that Georgia could actually pass in this special election. It could get close to passing the 2020 general election vote total.
Nice.
Wow.
Whoa. Let
Nice.
me tell you a piece of good news I heard on the radio today. This young lady, black young lady, 17 years old, and she said, I'm going to turn 18 next year, and I can't wait. It'll be my first time voting, and I am going to be so happy to vote. And somebody has raised this child, and this is who we're doing this for. We're doing this for that child and her grandbabies.
Yes.
Okay, but that's who we're doing it for. Just like they did it for us.
Yeah.
And you're right, Brad. We have to train the children to do this. We have to. When my son was being raised, I took him to the polls with me every election. Early, he didn't want to go, sleepy, and all. I didn't care. I took him because I needed him to see. He needed to see me. You know, what they see is what they do. They learn from us.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now Circe is voting himself. And
Yes, he
his
is.
children to the polls, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
We were around some young people one time, and they thought that the whole political thing was, that's for the old people, that's for you grown people. It's so boring. We started having, this is about 10 years ago, stay woke parties. Stay woke parties where we get together, we have the sample ballot, we go through all the propositions, we talk about what they mean. We don't tell each other how to vote. We just make sure we break down what it means, and everybody's encouraged to do the voting right now. You can write it down in your sample ballot. That way you can mail it in, go there, or what have you. And it's already done, but you know that you did your part. You know that you did your part, and it was actually kind of encouraging. We all had fun doing it, so we still do it to this day.
You know, there's something about that power of voting that you don't necessarily get unless, kind of like chiming in with what people have been saying here already. You don't get that unless somebody actually engages with you and helps you understand what it is. And I just said to someone just recently, who's on the neighborhood watch in your neighborhood? And he just looked at me like, what? I go, yeah, there's neighborhood watch. They're like elected people in there. Who are those people? Just in your neighborhood, there are different neighborhood associations with elected people. Who are these people making decisions for your neighborhood? And then spread that out to your town. You know, all of those elected officials, did you vote for any of those? Who are those people? Whether you voted for them or not, who are they? Spreading out to the counties, same thing. Who is the police chief? You just keep going down and you break it. So by the time you even get through the state, how many elections are there in your vicinity? We're not even talking about every 4 years. All the elections that you are eligible to vote for, most folks really don't know how many elections or electoral seats they can vote for. So it's something to bring up the awareness that you, as an eligible voter, there are tons and tons of things you could be voting on. It's hard, yes, to know what all these things are. That's why I like what Licia says about getting together and actually talking about these things, going through these different things, so you actually see that, yeah, there are more stuff other than just that every 4 years, because that every 4 year thing ain't gonna cut it. And we all know this.
Right.
The actual decisions is actually from the ground up, and that's why the local elections are so important. I live in Cobb County, which has really been in the news here in Georgia, because our votes have been counted 3 times now. So I'm just happy to say that the mofo lost 3 times. You know, just say you're a 3-time loser here in Cobb County. But Cobb County was recently Republican. Cobb County went blue this last election. Not only did it go blue, the first African American chief of police, was just the first time ever. And that's why you have to vote. What do they say? Down the ballot. They all count. They all count. And to hear these people saying, as Purdue recently was at a rally where he messed up Madam Vice President's name on purpose. Right. He was like, mala, mala, Obama, whatever it is. Well, now, whatever his position is going to be, she will always be Madam Vice President to him. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And then the woman, Leffler, they asked her specifically, because she has proudly said several times she agrees 100% with what Don Khan says. And they said, well, what about the time he grabbed the woman's genitalia? And she said, I don't know nothing about that. Those are the outright lies. So this is what we are voting against. People have to be so informed, because these are people who are making decisions, because Mitch is sitting up there. There are things that Obama proposed that never even got to the floor, because they're sitting on his desk rotting, turning to dust, because he won't bring things to the table. So that's why it's so important to get rid of these old, I'll just call them.
Well, okay, Myra. All right. I know what you want to call them. I'm going to call them. No, never mind. Anyway, we must vote January 5th. Tell all your people, anybody live in your house, anybody eating your food, if they're of age, they got to get, if they ain't registered now, they got to get registered, and they got to vote. So now we're going to go on back. We're going to, every now and then you need some frivolity. So we're going to go on back to the frivolity for a minute. La 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 la.
Didn't he used to do that?
Little Christmas. Okay. Yeah, candles at the spinet, all that cultural stuff. Anyhow, we want to not our culture, but we want to just thank everybody for being here. All you wonderful actors, Marquis Alexander Olison for the technical skills and providing the Zoom for us. Yeah.
Thank you, Marquis.
This has been a labor of love and necessity, so we really appreciate that, and all the actors. So now we've had a lot of favorite episodes, but one of the storylines that was tremendously popular early on and still continues to be is the Queen Esther Perkins storyline.
Oh my!
Oh yeah, and it features. Well, let's just listen to it.
It's your world.
Fontella Bostwick?
Why, yes.
This is for you.
What on earth? A subpoena?
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to bring Fontella Bostwick to the stand.
Well, he didn't waste any time.
Don't worry, Sarah. Let's see what he could possibly have Fontella say that would harm you.
Miss Bostwick, how long have you known Sarah Regal?
For many, many years. I've known her since high school. We grew up in the same hometown.
Would you say that Mrs. Regal had displayed any behavior that could be considered as unusual or strange?
I object, Your Honor. Although Miss Bostwick is a respected member of our community, she is not a doctor, and therefore is not an authority on what would be labeled as strange behavior.
Objection overruled. Answer the question. The court wants to know if Sarah Riggle is out to lunch.
Well, there have been occasions when Sarah did overreact to certain situations.
Can you be specific?
Well, I remember she cut off all her bangs when the Supremes broke up. And then for a short period, she refused to speak to anyone who was a Pisces. But more recently, it was that bathing nude in the hotel fountain incident.
Ah, yes, the Ritz Wellington. Isn't that the same hotel that Sarah Riggle claimed she was at when she said she wanted to meet you, but instead she was still a patient at Hopeful Alternatives?
Yes, that's why I went to the Ritz to meet Sarah.
Let's cut to the chase here. Miss Bostwick, do you feel that Sarah's extremely jealous of your relationship with her husband?
Yes, I do.
Are you having an affair with her husband, Ed Riggle?
No, I am not.
So, Sarah's jealousy is yet another overreaction. Someone who'd overreact may even commit murder. Thank you, Miss Bostwick, your witness counselor.
Miss Bostwick, you stated that you're not having an affair with Ed Riggle.
That's correct.
Have you ever been intimate with Ed Riggle?
Your Honor, do I have to answer that? I'm not on trial here.
Yeah, you have to answer. Don't nobody want to know about my sex life.
Yes, I have been intimate with Ed Riggle, but it was a very long time ago. We were merely teenagers.
Okay, y'all shut up. I gotta hear this.
So, you've been intimate with Ed Riggle and you continue to see him?
I see Ed Riggle on a business basis.
What kind of business were the two of you conducting when you were at the penthouse suite of the Ritz Wellington? Monkey business?
I object!
Now, Beverly, you know better than that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll rephrase the question. Do you often conduct your business in hotel suites, Miss Bostwick?
No, I do not, but
you made an exception in Ed Riggle's case. Do you still desire Ed Riggle, Miss Bostwick?
Desire? What do you mean, desire?
Want, need, flaunt, flirt, scheme, skis, do the wild thing, bump uglies. Do any of these phrases ring a bell, Miss Bostwick?
Your Honor, I object. The counselor is trying to portray my witness as the town hoochie mama.
Your Honor, my client, Sarah Riggle, may perform in ways that we deem abnormal, but she still knows a home wrecker when she sees one. I'm trying to establish that Miss Bostwick still has feelings for Mr. Ed Riggle, and it would be to her advantage to see Sarah Riggle behind bars in order to have more time with her husband, Ed. And a witness like that might do or say anything. Therefore, I don't feel Miss Bostwick is credible. As a matter of fact, no more questions, Your Honor. I am through with Fontella Bostwick.
Order in the court. And bring on the next witness. And somebody bring me a glass of water. My throat is parched.
The prosecution calls Jenny Poindexter to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Oh my, yes.
Ms. Poindexter, were you an employee at Hopeful Alternatives during the tenure of Queen Esther Perkins and the convalescent of Mrs. Sarah Riggle?
Of course, Sally. And I bet you know that already, you flirt.
Could you tell the court if you ever saw Queen Esther Perkins and Sarah Riggle in an argument?
Mrs. Riggle is such a sweet person. She never argued with anyone. Oh, well, except that one time she did tell Queen Esther Perkins that if she touched her sock hat again, she'd slap the taste out of her mouth.
She's ruining me. You've got to get me up there right now.
Not yet, Sarah.
Now. I can handle it.
Your witness, counselor.
No questions, Your Honor. But if I may, I would like to call to the stand Sarah Rodham Riggle.
Oh, my goodness.
Sarah, are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready to clear my name. I'm going up there.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Say yes, Sarah.
I do.
Mrs. Riggle, how would you describe your relationship with your husband, Ed Riggle?
I have a very loving husband, and I do my best to please him. As a matter of fact, I did my very best just the other night.
Oh, shut up. You act like you never done the grown-up. Continue, counsel.
Would you have any reason to kill Queen Esther Perkins?
No.
Mrs. Regal, and I remind you that you are under oath. Did you kill Queen Esther Perkins?
No, I did not.
Your witness, counselor.
Mrs. Regal, how long had you been at Hopeful Alternatives?
Well, this last time I was there for only a few days.
This last time? Meaning that you've been there several times.
Well, yes, but I was being treated for depression. I've gotten much better.
Did this depression ever lead to acts of violence?
No, I'm not a violent person.
Excuse me, Mrs. Regal, but isn't this your picture in the Wellington Gazette with a caption that reads, Sarah Regal attacks Titus Powers in her house?
Well, yes, but he threatened me and
just like Queen Esther Perkins threatened you with blackmail.
Yes, I mean, no.
Make up your mind, Mrs. Regal. The court doesn't have all day.
I object. Counsel is badgering the witness.
Objection sustained. Watch it, Junior. And somebody bring me a drink. I need some more ice.
Isn't it true, Mrs. Regal, that you felt your husband, Ed Regal, slipping through your fingers, so you convinced Queen Esther Perkins to scandalize him by coming up with this butt-naked story to ruin his reputation? That way he would be humiliated with Fontella Boswick and run back into your arms. But your little scheme backfired when Queen Esther Perkins got greedy. She wanted more money and threatened to go to Ed. Now your love for your husband became so overwhelming that you killed her. You killed Queen Esther Perkins. You did it, didn't you?
Stop it! Okay, I plotted to ruin Edward's name. But the only thing I'm guilty of is loving my husband and trying to save my marriage. I didn't kill her. You've got to believe me. You've got to believe me, somebody. I didn't do it.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Don't make me pull off this robe now.
I can't take it anymore. Cane me. I don't deserve to live. I killed Queen Esther Perkins.
Bailiff, take that man into custody and see if you can find me a lemon twist.
I'm sorry, it was an accident. I didn't mean to kill her. It was an accident. I swear to God, she wouldn't sit still. She kept talking and moving. Hey, wait, get those handcuffs off me. I can't go to jail now. I got a hair show to do.
Well, that was the outcome of It's Your World's famous trial of Queen Esther Perkins' murder. And we like it.
Oh my God.
Well, I tell you, okay.
I don't even remember who was the murderer.
That was Joey Wells. That was Joey Wells. That was Joey Kamen. Joey Kamen, comedian Joey Kamen.
Who played the judge?
The judge was Rodney Winfield.
I knew it.
Rodney,
give me a drink.
Right. Played the judge.
Did I hear Daryl Littlejohn? No.
Daryl Littleton was the prosecuting attorney.
Yeah.
Daryl Littleton. Of course, Myra J was the defense attorney.
Of course.
I didn't know that till almost the end because I can't. I swear I was going, who is that lawyer?
Oh, yeah. And Rosie Bromfield played
Rosie.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How's Rosie doing?
I don't know. I suspect that she's doing well, but I haven't seen or heard from Rosie in over a good 20 some odd years.
We're gonna have to track everybody down.
Yeah.
We know how Leslie Jones is doing.
We know how Leslie Jones is doing.
Well, hey, play that segment with Leslie Jones, numbers 02708-608.
She and I worked together. She and I did the Queen Esther together. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, play that.
Sarah, you were doing so well when you were here before. Then suddenly you had someone forge your husband's signature to have you released. Where was all that coming from?
Oh, Dr. Allen, I felt so unloved, so isolated. I felt abandoned. I thought that if I could just go home just for a little while, I could show Edward that I'm ready for us to have a real marriage, a relationship.
But Sarah, you went about it the wrong way. Relationships are built on trust. When you do things behind your husband's back, that trust, which was already fragile, is shattered and you have to start rebuilding it all over again.
I know that, Doctor. That's why I needed to come back here to Hopeful Alternatives and sort things out.
But remember, Sarah, it takes time to rebuild trust. Time and serious effort on your part. You can't rush it.
I've always been rather impatient, Doctor, impetuous even.
Those can be charming personality traits in the proper context. But we want to eliminate the negative behavior they cause and thereby live a useful and hopeful alternative. That's enough for today. Get some rest now. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes, thank you for believing that load of bull. Now I've got to get down to business. If there's anything in Queen Esther Perkins' personal belongings that points to me, it could be a problem. Imagine that bovine having the gall to pressure me.
Look, Sarah.
The name is Mrs. Regal.
Like I said, Sarah, I got to have more money. I can't buy food, clothing, and sculpture nails with no Mary J. Blige tickets. I need cash.
I gave you cash.
Well, I need more, and I need it now. I did everything you asked me. You owe me.
You've gotten all you're going to get. Now go clean those toilets or whatever it is you do.
You know, you are just a little too narrow across the hips to be talking to me that way, lady. You better watch it.
No, you better watch it, because there's much more to me than what you see. And if you have any brains in that thick skull of yours, you better keep your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, well, we'll see about that, Sarah. Excuse me, Mrs. Regal. We'll see about that. And in the meantime, you better go talk to your banker.
Well, Miss Perkins, I guess you won't be saying much of anything now, will you?
See, that's the episode that made it look like Sarah actually did the murder, which is why she was taken to trial. Yeah. But Leslie, I'm gonna try to call Leslie, get some of them groceries. Give me a bag of them groceries you got over there.
And of her new show, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, with so many talented people. We have Bonita Brisker, who played so many roles on It's Your World.
Hey,
Show B's face there. There she is.
hey, hey, B.
That's her right there. No, where she
Hey,
go?
B, where you at?
You moved. Where'd you go this morning?
She may have left.
Bonita, put yourself back on video.
She may have left.
I was trying to unmute, and I'm not as good technically as you all with all of this.
Well, that's Bonita Brisker, ladies and gentlemen. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's start the new year strong. Democrats, get out there in your communities and vote.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Marvin WrightBey played Dr. Hackett.
Yes, indeed, he did.
The M dub.
The wonderful and vivacious Licia Shearer. And what's the other character you played?
Trinice.
Oh, that's right.
Trinice.
Oh my God, Trinice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Redbone would say Trini.
Yeah, and then you have the fabulous Chokae Kalekoa, aka Maurice. That's so much fun.
Yes.
So much fun.
Redbone and he played Sarah Rodham's father. Sarah Rodham.
Oh, wait.
Oh, did he really?
Oh my God.
He played her father, and he played somebody. Oh, didn't you play some guy in the? No, I think that was somebody else. You played the soda jerk guy. They went somewhere because you played
He played the pizza delivery guy.
Yeah.
Because he sounded like he had pimples and everything.
Pizza.
Oh my God. Oh, wasn't there a dean? There was another one. There was a dean of some school or something.
That's right.
Dean somebody. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good.
Now, Valerie McCarty played several parts.
Oh my God.
Kiana.
Kiana.
I was married to Dr. Hackett also. And the funny story is one of my husband's friends was a fan of the show. And my character has started shoplifting. And his husband's friend called and said, Mike, man, your wife, what's she doing? She's stealing now. He laughed so hard.
That's funny. That's
So
funny.
hard.
We had great
Oh,
fans
man.
who
Really
stayed
did.
themselves late for work, sitting in the parking lot until the last dun went off the air from It's Your
Yep.
World.
Yep.
And then we
Yeah.
have
Yep.
the fabulous LaRita Shelby.
Yeah.
Right here, right in the corner, right here.
And Pookie. And Pookie of the famous Duplex Real Estate Company.
Duplex real estate.
Oh my God.
Let's see who else we got in there. Okay, and of course, one of the great writers and actors of all time, the great comedian Myra J.
Myra
J.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure.
It was such a pleasure doing this show, writing with Brad and Jedda and Mary. And Brad not only is a good person, but he has an excellent eye for talent. And Brad would bring in people, and you guys were absolutely wonderful. Every last one of you, other people who aren't even here. And it made writing for you all so easy and such a pleasure. And I would get such a kick to sit in that booth and just say, now, watch what they do with this.
Watch that fool ass Brandon.
I want to shout out one of my favorite, Kitty Mambo.
One last thing. One of my favorite things that I love to do was for my own personal pleasure would be to have Sterling and Moni or Pookie and Nikki talk to each other.
Yeah.
I can watch you all go in and out of character. I would do
that. Brilliant.
Confessions.
Yes.
You know what? You know
that wasn't fur. That was not fur.
I know that wasn't fur. I know that wasn't fur to you, Pookie.
And Kitty Mambo, my favorite. Thank you guys. I just love Kitty Mambo. Even though I was a long-time cast member, every time I heard Jedda go, Kitty Mambo, I love you, and I love you too. It just broke me up.
Kitty Mambo.
I love
Kitty Mambo, I love you. And Kitty Mambo, I love you too.
Roxanne would be so fabulous and so upper class.
Oh
she
my
get a
God!
drink?
I was saving that for last.
Oh, I would love it. Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was saving that for last because Roxanne's character was the foundation of the show because of the family and the Roxanne's family, Fontella Bostwick, and the Regal clans were the two basic families of It's Your World and Wellington and all and all the things that sprang from that. And I just got to tell you, I wish I had. Well, maybe next time we'll play that episode where Sarah takes a bullet for Ed Regal, and I don't know what Dick was thinking about, but he blasted 3 double-barrel shotgun. Wow, 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 and she still lived.
Oh, man.
My favorite, Roxanne, let me just say, Roxanne, I just love you so much. Even when I saw that Judy Garland movie, I just thought of you. You are just one of the most amazing and beautiful and talented women. And to this day, kudos to the writers, but to this day, Roxanne, the funniest line that I will never forget, I think it was, I don't know. I don't know when somebody met Scooter or whatever, and you says, I know this man, you're not in love with this man who wears his name on his shirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me say before I say something about Roxanne. Roxanne will have the last pitch of the evening to get out the vote, but Marquis Alexander has been such an inspiration and help to the show. And like I said before, he provided the Zoom, but he provided so many talents and skills and gifts. And that's what it's all about. We come together to bring out the best in each other and ourselves.
Yep.
So we thank you. And with that, we want to thank whoever is watching this, the audience who's out there. We hope and pray that you enjoyed it, but we hope and pray more so that you get out. If you haven't voted already, get out and vote, and get your friends out and vote. Text 3 of your friends and ask them to text 3 of their friends to remind them to vote. Now, most of them will have, but there's still some stragglers out there, and we need to get every vote we can, because you believe you me, we won the third election by more than 12,000 votes in Georgia. But we ain't gonna deal with that right now. Ooh, I got 5% on my gizmo.
You said don't let you forget Joan.
Oh, I said Joan.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll say it again where she can hear me. Thank my wife Joan for typing all them scripts.
Right.
Week.
Yay, Joan. Yay, Joan.
Studio. Yeah, and so many other things. I mean, you're buying the ink and cooking the food and doing. She does a lot of stuff. And my job really is making work for her. That's what I do. I want to give it to Roxanne Reese to take us out with the final word, and just say thank you to each and every one of you wonderful actors and wonderful people in the audience.
Just a quick shout out before she closes. Dick Schroeder.
Yeah, Dick.
Yeah.
Dick Schroeder.
Yeah.
Who was the engineer?
Yeah.
Just wanted to shout that name out. Because
we would go on and on.
With the craziness with the shotgun blast, but that man, Dick Schroeder, we have done 4,111 or 140 episodes, and Dick Schroeder engineered and produced each one.
Yep,
that's right.
And he had to cut through us breaking out in song. We'd be doing tunes.
That's what I'm saying.
He'd sing funk. He made the characters sound like I played 5 characters. He made them sound like different. You guys say we were talking to each other, but it was him that made us sound like we were, different rooms or walking across the room and stuff. I mean, we weren't doing that. We were sitting in the mic,
Redbone has to thank Dick for the bass in his voice.
Licia, can't hear you, Licia.
For this, Buddy Lewis, Notary Republic. Notary.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
That was,
I need to know that.
Could not say Notary Republic.
Couldn't say it.
Could not.
Republic. Notary. That's wrong, buddy. He kept.
No. Notary Republic. Notary Republic. Notary Republic. Buddy, just stop. I can say it. You think I can say Notary Republic?
So funny. So funny.
I lost count at the retakes on that.
Who was that? Talk about the sausage meat.
Sausage meat. The sausage meat.
At the
What,
picnic.
Moni?
About the
Oh,
sausage
that's
meat.
Moody. That's
Moni or Sterling?
no, that's Uncle Dooney.
Oh my God. Uncle Dooney.
Rico Walker. That's right. That's right.
Rico.
Then Rodney Perry, who was running the little club.
That's right.
Yep, Rodney Perry.
Rodney Perry. That's right. Rodney Perry.
God bless him. He got up. He got up from the. Yeah, he got up from the COVID. He's all right.
Yeah, he is. I had him on my show and on my live stream, and it was cool. I mean, but the thing is Atlanta is still it's a dangerous situation to be in there. They masks they don't.
They're not doing it.
No.
That's
They not
the
doing
the governor refuses to have a mask mandate.
Yeah, it's like you said. The if you don't think voting counts, look at the number. The last 20-some days, from December 8th to December 31st, 53,000 people died.
Yeah,
just of COVID. And I tell everybody. I've been talking about this since February, when they snatched up the first 2 citizen journalists in Wuhan, who actually had been reporting on Hong Kong.
Right.
And it's been affecting us people of color. In Los Angeles is finally this wave has finally hit us. And
it's hit
what's happening in the red states is they have no idea. They're acting like it's nothing. And this is why voting is so important, because you need people in there who are going to be able we got to get rid of Mitch's clamp on things so we can get proper leadership in this direction. We have to stop this so we can, throwing kids into school, and we have no idea how this is going to affect people. We're seeing young athletes having myocardial Heart problems. Yeah, heart problems is going on. We have no idea what's going to happen in a week, 2 weeks, a year, 3 years from now. So we have to put people in leadership that are going to understand that and protect us.
That, Brandon, they call it the long haulers.
Yes.
And they call the long haulers, and this is not the people who have died from this, the people who've made it through COVID, but they're going to have problems for the next, I don't know how many years, and they will talk about that. It's deep, man.
Right. And the vaccination that they have is not therapeutic. So if you catch it, they can't give you this vaccination. It's going to feel good. It's there to basically stop the disease, but it can't stop you from maybe being a carrier of the virus. So it's very important that when they go out and vote, we vote safely. Make sure we protect our old folks, do the distance, to hell with what, the governor says. 6 feet, wear a mask, and if you can, wear gloves, and bring chairs for the older people so they don't have to huddle up and not breathing hard and all that. That's really the most important thing, because they've already tried to take polls away. I mean, that's Georgia's already tried to start doing that.
Yeah, we have to keep really strong with that, because I've been here in Southeast Asia for over a year now. So it started. So when I got
an urgent text from Marvin WrightBey. You said I was one of your early script writers as well. I mean, typist. One of our early typists.
What a script writer.
That's right, Marvin, right there.
Yeah, typist.
Yeah.
It's like,
everybody wants credit, man. Everybody wants credit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. If he did it.
Below the title. He was above the title. Right, he did it, and we needed it, and he did it. So thank you, Marvin.
Thank you, Marvin.
Right.
Thank you.
Now
thank you, Marvin.
We're going to have to get on out of here, y'all, because Marquis is over there looking at us like, how in the hell am I going to edit this?
Right.
Roxanne.
Anyway.
Take us out, Rocky.
Yeah, Roxanne.
Hi, my name is Roxanne Reese, and I play the role of Bonita Brisker on It's Your World. I had a wonderful time with all the actors and writers on the program. It's very important to enjoy the work that you have to do. It's also tremendously important to exercise your right to vote. If we don't give Joe Biden and Kamala Harris an advantage in the Senate, Mitch McConnell and his Trump cronies will block everything the new administration needs to do for the American people, all of the American people. So please, go to the polls on January the 5th and cast your vote. If you don't vote, don't beef. My name is Roxanne Reese, and I approve this message.
That's right.
Hey. Yeah, please,
yes,
people,
indeed.
Please.
That's right. Invest in your community by voting.
It's your